Hi everyone, this is Sylvia McCrory with Christian Parenting Today. Today I want to speak to parents about something that's very troubling to me, and I have been researching it for the book I'm writing, as I told you yesterday. And this is about the dark web. And I'm very concerned because our children are on the internet continuously. And there's no way parents can keep up with everything that kids are doing. So I do want to make sure that as many parents as possible can be educated to the things that are out there and the dangers that their children could be putting themselves in. You know, we are hearing more and more about children with depression, children with mental illness, children um, committing suicide, and all of this um, has statistically been shown to be in correlation with the internet and the availability children have to the internet. This was not something that was an issue before the internet became so readily available. I'm not going to blame the internet for everything, but I do think that parents need to be aware of what's going on. And before we get started with this, I just want to say I think the internet is wonderful. I think there are many, many um, great sites. It's great for research. There are many times I wish that it were available when I was in school and college. But now, um, what we as parents don't want to look at or see is the dangers that are there. So, along with the good things, there are bad things, and that's what I want to talk about today. So, um, first of all, if you don't know, and I did not until I started doing this research, the internet is composed of three different levels. So at the top level is the open web, and that's what most of us use continually. Now, the open web does have some dangers associated with it, but today I'm going to talk about the dark web. And then underneath that, or as you dig deeper, there is something called the deep web. The deep web is it's where uh, things like government private things are going to be found, our banking information, um, things that are going to require more security are found in the deep web. Another thing for the deep web would even be people that live in countries where they cannot speak their mind or where they cannot be openly honest. Then the deep web is a great platform, especially for journalists and writers who want to report and live in communist countries or countries that do not allow truth or that are constantly monitoring those. And then the third level down is the dark web. And the dark web is what I want to talk about today. And I'm going to try to make this pretty brief. Um, but on the dark web, there are some legitimate things. Again, people that are reporters, they may go as deep as the dark web. But the dark web is what really concerns me for our children. The dark web is where purchases of illegal guns, purchases of drugs, um, purchases of even people. There is pornography there. There, people could even go there to hire a killer. There is a lot of criminal activity. One of the bad things, and again, I am revealing how naive I have been, but one of the bad things is people that tend to work on the dark web also work in Bitcoin so that it cannot be traced. Now, One other thing too that I want to say now before I forget, and that is I don't want to discount what also is going on, because the FBI is monitoring the dark web as much as possible, but they cannot devote the time to it that is needed for the amount of information and illegal activity that's going on. So also, on the deep web and the dark web, one of the things that is very concerning is that people can be anonymous, and they can, of course, they can on any online, but uh, people, hackers, pedophiles, predators, are all trolling on the dark web, and they are looking for information. Hackers may be trying to get into your personal information and your personal data. If children go there, they may be exposing you and all of your personal information just by going there. And they are lured in. Um, some kids may go there by their own accord, but a lot of them are lured in by people posing as someone that is really concerned or really caring. And so there are a few things that I just wanted to add about this as we go. So also, other things that can be found there are tools and even instructions for how to hack into computers. Fake IDs can be found there. Stolen credit cards can be purchased. And as I said before, pornography. Unfortunately, and I have a whole section on pornography that I'm adding to every day in my book, but pornography is becoming such a huge business all over the world that, and especially child pornography, that children can be paid to make videos of themselves naked and even in sexual positions, or even having sexual intercourse. So they can be paid to do that, and then people are out there viewing it continually. Um, and another alarming thing, and we don't want to imagine this happening, but human trafficking is so big, so huge that, and runaways, when children, and most children are going to hit a rebellious period, and now if they're on something like this, they may be encouraged to run away, and they may be, it may be a human trafficker that is encouraging them to do it. One of the most alarming things I found in this study was there is a group, and I'm sorry I cannot remember the name of the group, but just that it exists, that uh, will uh, supply any pornography that their buyer, their client, wants. And one example, their target buyers were Saudi Arabia, and they said in their statement that they would supply any, they would supply children to people in another country. They just needed to give what their criteria was for the child, the age, um, if it was a girl or a boy, what they wanted, and they would supply it. And they even went so far as to say that if a buyer wanted a specific child, that they would be willing to kidnap the child and deliver them. Folks, if that is not alarming to you, I don't know what is. But the the dark web is just filled with so much, and the bad things just tend to be growing more and more. That there is one more thing though that I just happened to glance at, and there are sites that encourage self-harm. There are sites set up for children that are anorexic or that have eating disorders, and they encourage those children to do things that are very harmful to themselves, that could even lead to death. So I want you to research and know the facts about this, but know what your children are doing on the internet. The takeaway I want to give you today is this: do not give your children free access to the internet. Learn how to put parental controls on it, and learn how to be notified when your children go to some of these sites. Now, one other thing that I need to clear up is that the dark web is not, they can't just wander on it. They have to um, download a program. The program is TOR, so they have to download that program, but it is a free download, and any child can do it. Once they download it, then it opens the door for them. So you need to be looking for that. Folks, I hope that you will be in contact with me or someone else if you are concerned about this or want more information. As I said, I'm working on a book, and my partner and I will be doing some seminars coming up as soon as COVID is over, not just about this, but about the many things that our children are encountering that are so evil that we never ever imagined would be happening. So I am constantly in prayer for you, for parents, for grandparents, for these children. Their innocence is being stolen from them by some of the worst evil that we can imagine. Um, and we've just got to guard it. Whether we upset our children or not, we need to guard it. It's much better to have a child that's upset and safe at home than to be wondering what has happened to our child. So be in prayer for all of this, and that we can get the message out and spread the word too about this. If this is new information to you, please spread the word. This is Sylvia McCrory with Christian Parenting Today. Please go have a great day. Enjoy your children, but do something fun with them. Don't put them right in front of a computer and walk away. There's too much danger on this thing called the internet. Have a great day.